Yo, yo, yo. YouTube. I'm here, man. I'm here. Today, we have another reaction for you boys and girls. Today, we will be reacting to Jeepers Creepers, the true crime story of Marilyn and Dennis Depue? Drey? I don't know. But if you're new here, man, make sure you subscribe. 90% of you that watch these videos aren't. So you know what that says? I don't know what that says, but okay, man, let's get to this video. Let me not have this intro be long as heck like other YouTubers, because I hate it, bro. YouTuber talk 3 minutes, video be 6 minutes. My gang, bro. If you wanted to get to 10 minutes, just say, okay, let's get to this video. Yep, like I said, as you can see from the title here, man, Jeepers Creepers, a true crime story of Marilyn and Dennis Drey? I don't know. Let's get into it.
Most of us have seen Jeepers Creepers from 2001, but I feel like a lot of you don't realize that the beginning of that movie is based on a real story, a real situation that happened. In 1990, 46-year-old Dennis Depue murdered his wife Marilyn and stashed her body, but the story is extremely bizarre. Although the director has never come out and said it, it's pretty obvious that this story is basically that's the beginning of Jeepers Creepers. So I wanted to come over and see for myself, see the abandoned school, and drive down South Prairie Road. This is where it all took place.
That looked like the
Easter Sunday,
same road.
1990. Ray and Marie Thornton are driving down this road, South Prairie Road. A Chevy van comes up behind them very quickly and then very aggressively passes them at a high rate of speed. And that's when Marie Thornton says, referencing the license plate, "GZ, geez, that guy's in a rush."
Oh yeah.
They have a laugh about it and continue on down this road. And just a few miles further, they come across the abandoned schoolhouse, and it's there that they see that van again. They see a man, and he looks like he's holding a blanket or a sheet that is full of blood, or at least it's red. At the time, they don't know. And here it is. The actual school, built in 1908. This is it. This is where Ray and Marie Thornton drove by and saw that same vehicle and that man. His car, I believe, was
Imagine the vehicle was just right there.
Right in here.
He was like,
I believe this is where the big tank was.
I knew that boy would have got scared.
And he was somewhere back here. They see him with a blanket or a sheet. And that's right when Marie says, "What is that? That man, he has a blood-soaked sheet or something." And they were like, "Look, we're not hanging around. Let's get out of here." So they take off. They realize they probably better get the heck out of this area, so they keep on driving. They kind of take off. And a few miles down the road, that same vehicle, that Chevy van, right on their bumper, riding their bumper. And now they are freaking out. What is this guy doing? This goes on for a few miles until the Thorntons pull off and head down a different road. They can see in their rear view mirror that the vehicle has pulled off at the intersection. He's on the side of the road. And they say, you know what? We need to turn around. Very ballsy couple, the Thorntons. We need to turn around, and we need to get a description of this vehicle, get the license plate, because he's up to something. We don't know what that whole thing was with the blanket. He was trying to put it into the ground. They turn around. They come back to the intersection.
That's what you get for trying to play hero.
The van is still there, and that man is switching his license plates. The passenger door is open, and Marie Thornton can see that it is covered with blood. And they're like, we're out of here. They take off, head back in the direction of the school. They want to go see what this guy was doing. They head back. They end up at the school again. Believe it or not, they get out. They need to see what this guy was stashing. What was he doing? What was that sheet or that blanket? So they get out of their car and they walk down and they find a little animal hole, and it's there that they find a blood-soaked blanket. He was trying to put that down a hole unsuccessfully. It's a big misconception that he had anything to do with the inside of the school.
I don't know what be going through these murderers' heads.
He didn't stash anything in the school. There was no body found in the school. I think he pulled over to try to stash that bloody
around the school
blanket, or possibly even to, if he found a good spot, to stash Marilyn.
Yeah, that's fucked, bro.
At that point, they take off and they're headed for the police. Now, this happened just after the situation at the Depue house. Now, Dennis and Marilyn Depue had been married for many years. I believe it was 18 years.
18.
They had gotten divorced, but he did have specific visitation rights. Again, Easter Sunday, he came to pick up the kids. They did not want to go with him, and he got into an argument with Marilyn, and she fell down. He pushed her, or she fell down the stairs. She hurt herself badly.
Wow.
And he basically dragged her out of the house, telling the kids that we're going to go to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. Well, they never went to the hospital. But one of the kids did run out of the house then and went to call the police. So the police had two separate calls, probably even at the time, not even realizing it was the same person that they were calling about.
Right. Bro, to tell your kids, I'm gonna take mommy to the hospital.
A day later, they were looking for Dennis.
Go take mommy and go off.
He was gone. He disappeared. And it was a day later, not far from here, basically in between this school and where their house used to be. They found, I believe it was
that's just wrong,
a town worker, a road worker, found Marilyn Depue's body on the side of the road, and she was recovered. She had been shot in the back of the head, most likely in the van, which is why it was so bloody in there. So once all that happened, for some time, family members and friends started receiving letters from Dennis, who was on the run and hiding. Strange letters with biblical inscriptions, basically justifying why he killed Marilyn, saying that she was turning his family against him, that he had lost everything. Dennis was gone for a year, and it was then that Unsolved Mysteries picked up the case. They actually showcased it. I believe it's season 3, episode 20, I think. I'll put it down below. Maybe I'll put a link to it because it's on YouTube. But they did a story about this. But they did a story. They featured this story on there. And so it goes, but that he saw it on TV. He was living a whole different life at that point. Took on the alias Hank Queen and was living with a girlfriend, and down in Texas, I believe, Dallas, Texas.
Insane.
And he knew he had to get out of there, so he left that night, and it just so happens that that girlfriend's family members were watching. They called the police, and they found him that night trying to leave the area. There was a long pursuit. He was shooting at them. He actually blasted through 2 police roadblocks, and he ended up shooting himself, I believe in Mississippi, in the head, actually in the exact same vehicle, in that van that he shot Marilyn.
Insane. That van is cursed.
And this is Dennis's final resting place here with his family. This isn't too far from where that schoolhouse is, just over the border in Indiana.
Insane, bro.
And I believe, yeah, so this is his mother and father. And I don't know who these people are, possibly sisters. His father actually lived until 2005. His mother until 1997. And of course, 1991 for Dennis, when he took his own life. Clearly, the flowers and the plants are on this family here, so they probably still have family in the area. I mean, everybody has family.
Mark Brody got flowers, though. That's
Serial killers, bank robbers, murderers, everybody has family. Marilyn, I think she was tired of being controlled. There was a lot going on beneath the scenes there. There was a lot of arguing, and they just were not getting along anymore, and she wanted the divorce, and reportedly he did not want the divorce. And so these things happen sometimes. Yeah.
I don't see a marker at all. I mean, it wouldn't be sunk just from the 90s that deep, you know?
Yeah, that's what I figured. Since 1990, it's not that long ago where it'd be, you know.
Yeah, completely overgrown.
Yeah.
So I'm
How often are they unmarked graves?
it happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at least I know
Just
I'm not
thrown in the
crazy then.
ground. Insane.
So anyway, I wanted to come out to the Oakland Hills Cemetery here, pay my respects to Marilyn. But I searched and searched and searched, visited the office a number of times, and eventually someone came out to try to track her grave down. We couldn't find it. And she's more or less certain that it's an unmarked grave. The chances are her family just could not afford, or maybe did not want, any kind of a plot or anything for her, any kind of a tombstone or headstone or anything. But she is pretty much right in this spot here. And that is the story of Dennis Depue, the murder of Marilyn Depue, and the inspiration, at least to the beginning, of Jeepers Creepers. Crazy story at the expense of Marilyn, of course. And wherever she is, I hope she's resting in peace. All right, I'm getting back on the road. See you in the next video.
All right, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Something different, you know. Most of our videos be a narrator, a bunch of pictures, and a bunch of case documents. So today we have a vlogger going over the story of Marilyn and Dennis Depue. The cases is horrible, and the fact that it was unsolved for a year is insane. My condolences to the children that had to suffer that. Like, your father took your mom away to go murder her instead of aid her and help her from what he did. Like, bro, it's just a crazy family situation, like something that you will see straight out of a movie. Jeepers Creepers. But yeah, that's the ending of this. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, man. We trying to get to 200 subscribers, bro. I know we can do it, so let's show them that we can. I'm going, guys. See you in the next video.